Welcome back to a SAT VIP here for another podcast. So today I have to discuss my sea walk journey. Just true because of YouTube, you have to say certain things a certain way, so then a strike rasta. So let's just get right into it. So I got quick disclaimer. Everything I say in this video is strictly my experience and what I would suggest for those who, or what you can choose to suggest to others by sharing this podcast amongst friends and family. Anybody what worked for me. And I'll put the products in the description box below so that you are aware and where to get these particular items, and I'll also mention it during the podcast. But I just want to give a quick disclaimer. If you are experiencing any severe symptoms of the sea walk, then you definitely need to head into your closest emergency facility. With that being said, let's continue. So I started my sea walk journey on December 31st, New Year's Eve. Went out, came back, felt fine. Then all of a sudden, I went out with my friend, came back, and my friend was feeling woozy. Mind you, I'm double jabbed, and my friend was not at all, right? So Sunday came, my friend bounced back fine with everything that I was giving to them, and by Sunday I started losing my voice. So the first thing I tried was this Neocetrine. I haven't had the flu in like 5 years, so I was just like, let me take the one thing that I know makes me feel like $1,000,000 by morning. Didn't work. The coughing started to set in a little bit Sunday night. Took Buckley's by the Monday. That didn't work. But by Tuesday afternoon, I had lost my voice and the coughing set in. Decided to get tested. Got tested. It came back positive. So that night I was like, okay, this is what I have. Let me get back to roots and culture where, you have to stick to where your granny and your grandfather, your great granny, great grandfather, everybody would then tell you, your grandparents, your ancestors, them. What stood true back then definitely stands true today. So I grabbed a bowl of water, boiling water, and I put these two products in it. And it was my peppermint, 100% pure peppermint seed oil, along with eucalyptus oil. I put about 5 to 10 drops of each in the boiling water, put a towel over my head, started steaming. And mind you guys, I'm going to explain my routine. This is what I went through. So I steamed from Tuesday night. Towel over my head, steamed for about 15-20 minutes. And I also steamed every night throughout the sea walk journey in the shower by putting a couple drops of the same essential oils, the peppermint and the eucalyptus, a bit on my body, and dropped a couple in the bathtub. Let the shower hit the hot shower water, hit the drops in the bathtub, and that steam just opened me up. Mind you, I didn't have any congestion. None of my chest, no tightness, nothing. And I didn't have any congestion or facial congestion either. And my friend only got fever and night sweats and extreme fatigue. I didn't get any fever whatsoever throughout my whole sea walk journey. So I didn't get no fever, didn't get any congestion. But what I did get was the severe, exasperating cough. It felt like somebody was choking me from within my throat. So when I steamed, I got relief from the cough, and a bit after, whether I steamed with the towel over my head over the bowl for 15-20 minutes, and then I would take like a 20-minute shower, and that's when I would get relief. I wouldn't cough in the shower. So when I come out, then I would take this cough syrup here, which is by the brand Herbion. And with Herbion, the cough syrup allowed me to sleep for like it doesn't really make you drowsy, but because of the coughing, it would kick back up about an hour after I out of the shower, about an hour after the shower. And the Herbion cough syrup, it allowed me to sleep for about 2 hours. Then I would wake up coughing. So I woke up coughing and I would make my tea. So this is where I go back to your roots and culture. You take your lemon, you take your ginger, fresh ginger root, fresh lemon, cut it up, boil it in some water, and you drink it, right? Have that, and then the steaming too. That's, again, part of what was passed down. My mom was just like, get on that. My aunt was just like, get on it. So I did. And so I wake up in the middle of the night, take the cough syrup again, but the second one I would take, because I was going all out. Okay, that shout outs to my mom, my sister, my sisters, and my aunt and uncle. I had a great support system, and they just did the most for me. Although I didn't get to see them because they would just drop everything at the door and then run away, obviously for good reason. But the cough syrup that I would take when I would wake back up and didn't go back to sleep, mind you, was this is the Nature's Way Elderberry Cold and Flu Care. It's the immune with vitamin C and zinc, and I'm sure there is also a kids version to this as well. So this is what I used to when I would wake up in the middle of the night. And I'm going to tell you the number one thing that sped up this process towards the end of the video. But these are the things that helped me along the way. So that's I would take in the nighttime. And by Thursday, I couldn't talk. Anytime I attempted to speak to someone, about a minute to a minute and a half into the conversation, I would just start coughing extremely bad. And mind you, I didn't have any congestion, no facial congestion, no chest congestion, but the phlegm was all in the back of my throat. Like I could see it. Like it was so thick, it was blocking my airways. So every time I coughed, I was gasping for air, which honestly was scary. I would just have to take my time and just calm my thoughts. Like I had to literally tell myself, don't freak out. Don't freak out. It is what it is. Just take your time, cough, calm, and I would just work myself through the cough. That's what I had to do. So yeah, I couldn't talk to anybody. That was just a no-go. I had to text. And I could text, but I don't like texting. So that was another part of the torture for me. I don't like to text. Like to have a full conversation texting, it's not me. I'm a talker. I want to talk to you. I want to hear your voice. I want to hear the inflections in your tone. Everything. But anyways, back to the sea walk. So, so by Thursday, I couldn't really talk to I couldn't talk to anyone. And I would still steam, which was a big help because it calmed the coughs. Couldn't eat because my throat was swollen, major swollen. Like you could see it here. You could see like my glands were really swollen. The back of my throat, it was much smaller than normal. And so I had to drink smoothies. That was my food, at least for the first week, because I was out and down for about 2.5, almost 3 weeks. Like this thing was hard to get rid of. Any other regular flu, I would have been down for like 2-3 days max, and I'm good. So, but not with this, obviously. So I had to take smoothies. The smoothies I was taking I had no sugar in them, so it was just the raw berries. So blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, strawberries, and I would mix a teaspoon of black seed oil in with it and a bit of coconut water, as I was extremely fatigued and starting to get dehydrated. So coconut water brings up your electrolytes. It's really, really good for hydration. So that's what I put in my smoothies. So black seed oil, trust me, are the best. definitely have that in your house at all times, no matter what. Take it daily or a couple times a week. But for this, for the sea walk, definitely a helper. So that was my food because I couldn't have anything. So by the second week now, towards the end of the week is when my older sister had dropped off this. Actually, no. Before I even get into that, the tea. Make sure you drink your ginger and your lemon tea every day. And if you can put a peg, if you can handle it, put a peg of garlic, 1 peg of crushed garlic into the ginger and the lemon, and drink it. The garlic, the lemon, and the ginger. The ginger is really good for inflammation, and you get vitamin C from ginger as well. And from the lemon, obviously. So you're getting a good dose of vitamin C. At the same time, the garlic breaks up the mucus if you are suffering with congestion and inflammation in your body. Even fever is really good. Garlic is really good for bringing that down. So that was a concoction. That's old school roots, right? That is a major tip. So you have that. But besides that, I was extremely fatigued and I didn't have the energy to make things. But this is the Herbion All Natural Cold and Flu Remedy herbal granules, and it says it's for chest congestion, bronchitis, and cough. You get 10 sachets of this. All these items I'm going to put in the description box below, but you can get them at Healthy Planet or Whole Foods or any, depending on where you are, where you're located, any nutrition store you can get it at. So this is the Herbion, and this was a big help as well. This calmed the cough extremely well. And again, these are the 3 items I was taking every day. Every day I would take these, and then I would have my smoothie. So towards the end of the week, my mom dropped off some soup for me, and she just put vegetables. And I had chocho, green banana, turnip, carrots, and the base of the broth was the lentils with some pumpkin, pimento seed, and okra. Right? So that was my mother's good home cooking, and that was she gave me that, a lot of soup my mother dropped off for me. And then she run like teeth because she can't catch a sea walk. She just dropped it at the door and whoop, she was gone. I didn't see her. But thanks, mommy. But I had the soup. It tastes bad. My mom's cooking is bad. So it was amazing. So I had the soup by the second week. My sister had dropped off this. Now this item is what sped up my process, stopped the coughing. I actually went to sleep because I was getting on average about an hour and a half to 2 hours of sleep a night. And the thing that's weird is that I never crashed. Normally, like, everyone who knows me knows I'm not a sleeper at all. But when I go like a day plus and not sleep, I always crash. I could do it for like a week. By the end of the week, when I was younger, I could go like 2 weeks, but now I can't. So I'll go like a day, almost full 24 hours, no sleep, and do that every day until the end of the week, and normally I'll crash. But this, with the sea walk, for some reason, I did not crash. I didn't have that good 12-hour, 10-hour sleep by the end of the week. I just kept going. And mind you, I was fatigued, so I didn't understand that part of my journey, and I haven't crashed since. So I can't explain that. Please comment and let me know if you've gone through the same thing. I found it really weird just because I know my body. I found that really weird. So the number one item. This is what helped. Thanks, sis. What was it? This is to come true because she knows certain things. She went to Healthy Planet, see? She went to Healthy Planet and she picked up this guy. This guy right here. This guy. This. Can you guys see it? This guy. So she got this from Healthy Planet. It was so it's the Natural Factors Antiviral Potent Fresh Herb Tincture. It says clinically proven, whatever. But this right, body. Let me say, where my body felt, body come down. Okay, I was so happy, and I was taking it incorrectly. The first, because I misread it. You're supposed to take it 6 times a day, 6 times a day, and between every 2 to 3 hours. So what I did is I took 20 droplets. So I just opened it up and put it in my mouth under my tongue. It says you're supposed to take it with food. I didn't do that. Didn't take it with food. It didn't upset my stomach, nothing. So I just took 20 droplets of it under my tongue, held it for about a minute, and did that every 2 to 3 hours. So 6 times a day. When I say even from the day she dropped it off, and I took it, I only took 2 to 3 droplets of it. It already made an impact. Like the coughing, it was a significant difference to the fact that I could go back on the phone. I was still coughing, but not to the point where I couldn't speak. So that was an immediate change for me. Then I took it correctly, and the next day I slept that night. I slept for about, I think, 6 hours. Yeah, I slept that night for about 6 hours. I slept. So then after I did that, the next day I was taking it correctly. Voice was coming back. I felt a lot of chest pain during the whole sea-walk journey. I felt a lot of chest pain. That's something even now. I'll talk about the aftercare or the effects, but the antiviral, it's only like $15 at Healthy Planet or Whole Foods. When I tried to order it through Uber, because I got a second bottle, I tried to order it through Uber, and the only place that had it was Organic Garage, which is the health food grocery store downtown Toronto. I didn't see any other places, but it looks like people have caught on, and it works. It worked. So at Healthy Planet, you can get it. If it's not available there, check Organic Garage, and if you're outside of Canada, like in the US, any health food store will have it. But it worked. So I sped up my process of healing and getting back to health, of full health, because of the antiviral. So thanks, sis, for that. Came true. And my whole family, like everyone, great support system. Great. I have a great support system, and I had a great support during the sea walk. So yeah, it's a game changer. I'll put it in the description box below, but that was definitely a game changer for me. So the aftercare, so one thing. So when the first week was the extreme coughing, losing my voice. Remember, I had no congestion, right? So when I was getting better, even with the antiviral, then all of a sudden I got heavy the second week, and towards the end of the second week of my sea walk journey, I got a lot of congestion, tightness in my face, a nasal cavity, my chest. It was a lot of phlegm was just coming up to the point where like every couple minutes I was just hawking it back up. I was like, this is annoying. It was mad annoying. But again, it's a process. My body is cleaning itself out. So because the antiviral was a major game changer and me getting better, by the second week, the congestion, that's when it came through. And you would think that would come at the beginning, but for me, I didn't get it at the beginning. So a lot of mucus phlegm came up the second week. And then by the third week now, the phlegm slowed down. And I continued drinking my garlic mixed with my ginger, mixed with my lemon tea. That was every day. Even when you're not sick, just having lemon water in the morning, hot lemon water in the morning, helps your body so much. Like, keep in mind, when you're stressed out, you expose yourself to sickness even more. Like just picture like the sickness in the air, and then they see like a stressed person, like, see her there, let me go invade our body, mash her up. So you want to keep your stress levels during this time, especially during this time, at a minimum. Whatever you can find to release yourself, whatever you enjoy, whether you're painting, you just go for a walk, you do your nails, you know, I know we're in a lockdown, but there are people you can find that will do certain services for you, and provide you services safely to protect yourself and the business owner as well. So just keep your stress levels down. But yeah, so by the third week now, I had the chest pain still. That didn't go away. My shallow breathing, that eased up tremendously. It was gone by the third week. And then chest pain settled a bit, but I still felt it. Like, even now that I'm out of the woods, I have to get tested again. But even now that I'm out of the woods, I still get the chest pain. So this is the after effects. I still have chest pain. I'm not coughing. I can talk. My voice is back, obviously. And the chest pain is a major thing for me. So now, with going through the whole process, I'm drinking my activated charcoal water. I'm drinking that just to detox. And you should have that as much as you can. Also, chlorophyll. Just after you get sick and your body goes through a transition, goes through a moment where your body's in such a weakened state, you want to build it back up. And depending on what you take, like the Neocetrine, which I tried didn't work, Buckley's I tried didn't work, those things I always want to get out of my body. So I use the activated charcoal because it latches onto anything, synthetic metals and things like that in your body, to rinse it out, to flush it out. So activated charcoal, I take that, and I'm gonna do a metal detox because of me taking the initial protector that didn't protect the blur's need. I want to just take a metal detox, which anyone should take no matter what, maybe even once or twice a year. Take a metal detox, because as much as like I'm vegan and I promote veganism, and it's not for everybody, and even outside of being vegan, you could eat anything that has metals. They're putting so much foolishness into food nowadays, and if you're not a person that reads the labels, things will build up into you, and then all of a sudden you have cervical cancer, or you have skin cancer, or you have, no, not skin, but you have pancreatic cancer, or you have to get another liver, be put on a transplant list because your liver is damaged, So there's a lot of things that we consume on a daily basis that we don't even take into consideration can affect us. And you have it now, and you're like, oh, I know nothing, it's just a little bit. And no, and that's how your body work. Your body will retain it, take it in and hold it. Don't flush it depending on how you eat. And then you're just screwing yourself further down the line. So again, Aftercare. So activated charcoal. I'm still taking the antiviral again. I think it was 15 or 16 bucks when you purchase it. It's how many milliliters is this? It's 50 milliliters. So I'm still taking, this is my second bottle. I finished one bottle during the actual sea walk, and now that I'm better, I'm not taking it 6 times a day, but I am still taking it just about maybe once or twice a day, the same amount, 20 droplets under my tongue. I'm still not taking it with food. And it's been a long journey. So some tips, if you do have, say you're one of the people that get the symptoms with a lot of congestion and a lot of phlegm build up, that it's causing your shallow breathing, definitely take a massager. This is what I did, and I know other people have done it, even nurses have done it that I know. You take a massager, and I have the big one, the one with the 2 big balls in the the two big balls, and you just turn it on high and you vibrate it in your back. So I can do it myself because it's like it's really big. It has a handle, and I just put it behind me and I massage my back, right? And your lungs are closer to your back. So I massage my back, and that's a tip that you can use. Again, the steaming, major component that helps, especially if you're congested. The steaming will definitely help you with not just the coughing, but opening up. If you're really congested, it opens you up, and then the mucus should just flow out of your body. The steaming, even though I'm not coughing, it is something good to do. Aftercare, I would add a bit of sage essential oil. It's just good for your lungs. So take that. Definitely continue taking even after you're out of the CWAC journey, just overall to protect yourself especially during now, during this I have to say something else. I don't even know what to say. What else can I call it? The ick. during this problem that the world is facing, your zinc, 1 pill of zinc with 2 pills of copper to boost your immune system is very good. What I used to do back in the day, I should do that again, is just take 1 red pepper. Red pepper has a lot of vitamin C, by the way. Red pepper, and blend it up. Like if you have a NutriBullet or a Vitamix, then you can just make it completely liquid, and you can just do it as a shot and take it in the morning time throughout. Yeah, just take it in the morning time. Considering it's winter, just like really maintain your immune system. That's a major factor. Another thing that I did with the eucalyptus oil and the spearmint or the peppermint, I would put a bit on my pinky, like drop it on my pinky. I'll show you guys. Just drop it on my pinky like this. Ooh. And then just rub it in my nose. That's exactly what I would do at nighttime. And that helped with the coughing a bit. It definitely helped with the coughing. I'm going to smell like peppermint. But yeah, it definitely helped with the coughing big time. And if you're stuffy, even when you're out of your CWAC journey and say you're just stuffy one night, I remember my Bayesian friend, she told me she just puts a couple drops on her pillow on a tissue and keeps the tissue on her pillow. And me just rub it on the base, like the inner part of your nose here. I mixed it with the peppermint is really strong, and the eucalyptus. So if you're putting on yourself, it may burn a little bit. Just fair warning, it may burn a little bit, but outside of that, it's it's perfectly fine, and you'll definitely be able to breathe. Like it opens you up right away. So yeah, so that was my CWAC journey. Please put in the comments if you've experienced any symptoms, anything that you can contribute to help another person. Definitely put it in the comments, what you used, what helped you, or what helped someone else. Like we just have to really share this information and help whoever needs the help and doesn't mind doing things like this to take care of themselves. And everything that I'm saying in this podcast is something that you can do at any time when your body's being attacked with a virus, or you're just you're sick. Body, calm down. You're sick. So definitely let me know what you've used. Please keep your stress levels down. Take care of yourself. Take a moment to just listen to your body. I know it's stressful being indoors, but definitely find a release. Like for me, I like lights. So I have like my starlight with my blue galaxy that projects onto the ceiling, and it sets like a nice blue glow. Honestly, that's what I use during the winter. Every winter, I always have like a certain set of lights that I put on after I finish work, and I can just relax. I put on my incense, some Palo Santo, and then I play like some Sade, just to relax and unwind. And then when I want to get real lit with the projector lights, I have another light bulb that makes like a kaleidoscope. You guys might have seen it. Well, no, people who know me have seen it. And it makes it's a kaleidoscope light, but it's the white one. It just gives this nice water effect. When I want to feel like I'm having a little club by myself, I put on some YouTube playlist and I go at it. Like, it's the nicest thing. It's the nicest thing. You just find what works for you. Find what works for you. That's what works for me. And just have whatever stress reliever, whatever brings you joy. But make sure you take time for yourself to do it. Take time for yourself to do it. And yeah, that's it. I don't have any other tips or tricks that I could recommend. No. But if you do have any questions, I am on Instagram at AsatVIP and also on Twitter on at AsatVIP as well. And you can DM me and ask me, or just put it in the comments in the video down below. But again, I'm grateful to my family, and I'm grateful to my ancestors that came before me and passed down certain information to now my mom and my aunt and my siblings, in order for us to look after each other. It's a major thing when you have family. A major thing when you have family. And if you don't have that support system, these tips and tricks will still work for you, because you can order ingredients and these cough syrups and more natural medicines through Uber Eats, Uber Groceries, Instacart. Again, if you want a personalized list, definitely just DM me and I'll send you the maps. Like, I'll do that for people, because this was really an exhausting experience for me, and I just want to be able to help someone else not go through it. And if you're by yourself and you're going through it, just know that there's other people suffering around you at the same time. You can always reach out to someone. Even when you feel like you don't, just do it. Because some people will be willing to listen to you, right? So you're not alone. I really, 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 really want this video to help whoever, because it was such an exhausting experience. But I'm happy I'm out of it, though, and I'm grateful to my family and to my ancestors passing down certain information. Oh, God, it's so nice. Yo, like I said, what stood true back then stands true today. Take care of your body, and hit me up in the comments. Make any suggestions for other people. You guys sound off in the comments. And right now we need each other. We really need each other. So with that being said, like, share, subscribe, and listen out to the podcast also on Spotify and Anchor, and I can't remember the other ones, but everything will be in the description box as usual. This is Asat VIP. Take care. Mwah. Bye, guys.